Greetings, shooters and reloaders. So today I wanted to talk about checking your cartridges to make sure that they chamber in your firearm after you've reloaded them. And there's some inexpensive devices you can buy to do that. One of them is a case checker by Lyman, and it's for pistol cartridges, and it has everything in there from 380 all the way up to 45 ACP, or even 45 long Colt. And it's a simple operation. So what you do is you take your loaded cartridge and you drop it down the appropriate hole. This one happens to be 9mm. And if it fits in there like that, it's going to tell you that that has been properly resized and it will chamber in your gun. But what it doesn't tell you is if your bullet seating depth is correct. And it's possible to have the cartridge resized properly and it'll fit in your chamber. But if the bullet is too far forward, it can actually fit into the lands and grooves of your barrel and cause some problems. Now here's what I've had happen to me. And this has happened mostly with cast bullets, but a couple of times with jacketed bullets where I didn't seat them deep enough. And this is the barrel out of my CZ75. And so when it chambered, because the bullet was actually hitting the lands, the slide would not go into full battery. And it actually got stuck to the point where I couldn't open it by hand. I actually had to take a wood mallet and tap on the front of the slide to get it to unjam and open it. And then when it did, it pulled the cartridge out, but the bullet stayed stuck in the lands. And it was kind of a mess. I had powder all over. But then I had to take a wooden dowel, remove the barrel, take a wooden dowel and tap it down there to remove the bullet. So it's something to be aware of. Pay close attention to your seating depth. And the best thing to do is, what I like to do is take the barrel out of the gun and have it on my reloading bench. And I call this the plunk test. You drop it in. I don't know if you can hear that, but it kind of makes a plunk when it goes in properly. But it fits in there perfectly, just the way it should, okay? And that's an easy way to check your cartridge, not only to make sure it's going to chamber all the way, but also that it's not hitting, the bullet's not hitting the lands at the end of the throat. So then you can also buy for rifle cartridges, you can buy these devices. Now this one's made by Hornady. This one's also by Hornady. This one is Wilson. No, this one's Lyman. So this one's 3006, this one's 308, and this one's 223. And they work pretty much the same way. You take a loaded cartridge, this happens to be 3006, and you drop it in there, and it will, if it goes all the way in, it will tell you if it's going to chamber. But also, this kind of tells you the headspace is also in spec, because it's got, I don't know if you can see it here, but there's like a ridge on here. And as long as the top of the case head is down flush with the top of this or below it, it's within SAMI specs as far as headspace goes. So it's kind of handy that it tells you that it is within SAMI specs for headspace, as well as it'll chamber in your firearm. It can also tell you case length. If the case length is too long and sticking out beyond the end here, it'll let you know that you need to trim that. Now here's an example of one I've loaded, and for some reason this didn't get headspaced or resized properly. But see how that won't chamber? Now that'll definitely cause some problems for you on the firing line if you're trying to shoot. So it's a good idea to get one of these case checkers and check your reloaded ammunition. They're pretty inexpensive. Like I say, Lyman makes them, Hornady makes them, Wilson Combat makes them. I'm sure that most of the major reloading companies make them. But yeah, it's something you want to pay close attention to. And that happens, I think that happens a lot with pistol. I've seen it, other people have that problem on the range too, where it does exactly what I described there, where the bullet got hung up, and then it causes problems. You can't get the slide open. So pay close attention to your bullet seating depth. Pay close attention to your headspace and just the overall length, and watch your charge weights. And remember that you're responsible for everything you do in regards to reloading. If you don't follow the directions or you deviate from them in some way, you know, that's your responsibility. So be safe, take care, and shoot straight, keep your powder dry, and we'll see you on the range.